Hey guys, how's it going? It's the Anime Over Analyst here, and today I want to talk about the new show I've been watching, Haikyuu. So, yeah, I've finally started watching Haikyuu after everyone and their brothers been telling me that I should watch it. You know, listening to Nux and Briggs talk about it on the Ringing Cafe. No, that didn't get me to do it. You know what got me to do it? Listening to Schwabity's Hinata and Kageyama song. Man, I loved that song. I still listen to that almost every single day since that song's been out. I love the vibe of that song. It's so good. I'll link my reaction to that down below or put a card in or whatnot. Um, but yeah, I thought I would start watching Haikyuu. Now, a little bit of the reason why it's taken me this long, I guess, as well, is because I wasn't sure if I wanted to record my reactions to watching Haikyuu or if I wanted to watch it on my own time. And it kind of turned out that trying to record video, like anime video, is a bit of a pain, and so I don't really want to do that, and plus I'll have to do some editing and this and that because of copyright issues. I'm not dealing with that right now. So instead, I'm just gonna watch the episodes and then I'll talk about it whenever I feel like talking about it. What can I say? It's my channel. I do what I want. So, yeah, I've started watching it. I will say I have been watching the dubbed version. Yes, yes, yes. I know subs are better. I usually do prefer subs. That being said, this is a great show that I like to watch while I'm gaming. It's something that I can pay attention to on my left monitor while I do like my normal RTS or what other type of game on my main. Um, some that's just how I do it, and so it's really nice. I've been really enjoying it. I think my favorite aspect of the show is its humor. I love the humor in this show. I can't stop laughing. My favorite character by far is the shaved guy. I think his name is Takayama or something like that. Um, he is hilarious. I love him. I think I love him because I love his energy. He has so much energy, along with the Libero character, whose name I can't remember to save my life right now. As you know, if you've seen anything about my channel, I am terrible with names. I remember Hinata, I remember Kageyama. That's it. Uh, all the others, I'm like, I think Kyoto is the female manager, and the only reason why I know that is because they made such a big deal of revealing her name because of that gag. So yeah, I'm loving the show. I love the humor, and I love the dynamic between Kageyama and Hinata. Now that I've been watching the show, I'm even loving Schwabity's song so much more because I really do finally get to understand a lot more of what the dynamic between Schwabity and I don't remember who the other one is. Um, Anyways, I'm not going to spend time looking it up. Like I said, link to them will be in the description down below. Um, but yeah, yeah, like after listening to that song, I was like, I gotta start watching it, and so I have. Um, one other aspect that I am loving in this show, and mind you, I'm only about 13 episodes in of the first season. Um, I'm at the second OP, if that gives you any reference. I'm at the volleyball tournament. I think it's the preliminaries now. So I'm at the point where games matter. So I love the trash can rivalry that's going on right now. I love that aspect. It sounds so cool. And I love how I'm watching it and I'm almost low key rooting for the other teams. It's so good. And I love how every single character, even the side characters of the opposite team, feels fleshed out. Like that kind of preliminary, like doesn't matter type games, practice games, I think is what they called it. Uh, again against the cats. That was so cool. Neko Mari or Neko something. Um, so that was really really cool, and being able to just see how they're forming this rivalry. It's a friendly rivalry though, and I think that's what I like the most. I love sports teams that have a friendly rivalry. For example, real quick, I am a St. Louis Cardinals fan. If you've ever been wondering what the hat it is that I'm wearing, it's a St. Louis Cardinals cap. I'm a huge fan of the Cardinals, and real quick, they have a rivalry with the Chicago Cubs, and it's considered the greatest rivalry in all of baseball. And watching Haikyuu and seeing Ka- uh, Karasuno versus this Neko team, it reminds me a lot of like the Cardinals Cubs rivalry. It is that intense, I suppose. But it's like I said, it's a friendly rivalry. You almost want the rival to win just so that you can go up against him. And I love that. I love rivals that lift each other up. They boost each other up. That's why I like Black Clover so much. In fact, I think Black Clover is one of my favorite anime because of how Yuno and Asta uplift each other. They're the stereotypical shonen rivals, but instead of the rival being a dick to the main character, which kind of is, but they're more best friends. They're more of the Pokemon Ash and Gray, post Gray being a self-centered douche. It's they both care about each other. And that's what I'm getting from both Hinata and Kageyama as well as these two schools. So I love this aspect of a rivalry. It's so good and it feels so fresh. So yeah, I'm really, really, really enjoying this. I also love how like I said, they're fleshing out every single character. I love how every character on this team feels unique. And I also love how they they made me feel bad for Shoyo. He's the third year setter. I remember his name for some reason. Um, but yeah, he's super fascinating because he literally went up to the coach and went, put Kageyama in. Kageyama is more talented than I am. He's got more skill. And the coach is like, but you've got more experience. You've played the game longer. And this is your third year, and so that means it's your last year to play. And Shoya is like, the more times we win, the more times I get to play. So put him in because he's gonna make us win. And I was like, dang, that took some skill. That took some balls to say because you know, thinking back to high school days, if I were in there, I would literally want to be like, I'm a third year. This is my last year. Put me in. You know. But no, they're more centered around the team. And in fact, I remember a quote in the beginning of one of the episodes. It was by this Brazilian coach, and it was something along the lines of the second one of the team members thinks about himself, the team falls apart. And I was like, that's really fascinating. It's like they're saying each member's like a cog in the machine, that type of saying. And it's really interesting. I like that. I will say, personally, I don't see characters as cogs in machine. Sure, everyone's got unique in their own talents, but I think that's what makes it so fascinating. Everyone's unique. Everyone has their own traits, their own quirks. And I think that's what makes the team interesting. It's what, you know, I, when I think cogs, I suppose I think everybody's the same, but no. In a way, that Neko team was kind of more like the cogs in the machine, where everyone's about the same on skill, besides the Brainiac board guy who's their setter. So with Karasuno, it's more of everyone is very skilled in like one or two aspects, and that is it. And they all suck at retrieving, which is funny, kind of. Not funny. It just shows that it gives all the characters space to grow and to expand. It doesn't make them feel like their current abilities are maxed out. Because that was something that I was actually kind of afraid of at first. Was when they first introduced Hinata and Kageyama's quick attack. I thought that was the most OP shit that it was going to get through almost every single time. And then they introduced a way to block it. And then they introduced ways to, having to maneuver around it and all this and that. And I was like, oh, that is super cool. I like that. And I like how they instantly put up, like, a counter to that move in that Neko game, where they had one guy follow Hinata around. And I was like, that's so simple, but it works. And so I like it. And if you had noticed, I don't know a thing about volleyball. I will be the first to admit it. I loved playing it in PE, but that was more of just hitting the ball over the net to whoever can try and hit it back. Honestly, nobody and their brother could play volleyball at my school. It was embarrassing. Um, but I'm enjoying this anime. I'm enjoying this anime, and so I'm having fun talking about it. There's just so many little things that I'm kind of picking up. Like even on the story aspect, the story is quite simple. I've noticed it focuses purely on the volleyball games and on the court. It doesn't incorporate any of the school shenanigans whatsoever. It doesn't include any outside drama, which honestly, I thought that was what this anime was going to be about. I thought it was going to be like a volleyball anime where they'll show the games, but it was more going to be about how everybody's personal life, it'll be about every single player outside of the court. It'll be like, what are their lives outside of the games, and how does that affect their games? Now, don't get me wrong, that could still happen. They could still have like school drama and whatnot. However, the fact that they're just purely focusing on the games makes the story feel super tight knit and super woven. Kind of like the, kind of like how I stated. I guess not how I stated, but on a slightly sidetracked, what I'm trying to get at is there's this scene where someone breaks a broom. I think it was just by accident. And Shoya's like, no, we might find another use for it or something like that. He doesn't want to break it. And I love that because that was foreshadowing the scene where the Libero and the Ace guy had that big fight where the Ace guy stepped on that broom handle. And I was like, dude, that's super cool. I love that because that was a simple symbol that they have. That broom handle being like the breakage of the team falling apart. But it didn't feel in my face because it had that subtle foreshadowing in the beginning. And I loved that. It feels like every time I watch it, they're introducing something slightly into the episode. They're like always foreshadowing something, and it never feels like a major surprise when something shows up. It doesn't feel there's never like an ass pull, like the whole like ace aspect, how everyone's like, where's our ace? Did we have an ace? And the whole like our ace quit a month ago. Our libero got in detention a month ago. They never mentioned in the story how that fight ended up with the ace quitting and the libero getting in detention. But they hinted at it throughout the show. And it was kind of one of those where after I saw the scene where the libero kid accidentally knocked the toupee off of the vice principal, I was like, that makes sense. That's why they both have been gone for a month. And I didn't connect those pieces until after they showed that scene. And I was like, bro, that's so cool. I like that. I like the subtle storytelling they're saying. I love the subtle foreshadowing. It's so good. So, yeah. Yeah, I think that's all I really been wanting to say. I've been holding off on this video, um, mainly because of time restraints. I've become a very, very busy person. Um, my whole personal life has really got me going like 14 to 16-hour days, or 16-hour days, yeah. So, it's hard to find time for YouTube. However, I've really wanted to record my thoughts and feelings about the show, and I'm super excited about it. I'm so happy that I've been able to kind of spill my piece. And who knows, maybe I'll do something like episode by episodes. I hope not, because that sounds draining. I'll probably go, uh, maybe like half seasons and give my feeling. Maybe I'll do like halfway through half a season. I don't know. It's honestly gonna depend on how much I say. How badly I want to make these videos. Anyways, that's gonna be it for me today. Thank you so much if you made it this far. You've been genuinely an amazing viewer. I don't know how you could have done it. Anyways, I'm gonna quit rambling. Thank you so much for watching the video. I've been the Anime Over Analyst, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.